Hi there, it's William Drumming. So we already got a pretty decent anime. Let's add something more, okay? So I think the latest Blender version just changed the default setting to sort of an instant replay. So when you hit this play button, you can actually see the all sort of animations here. And in this video, I'm going to share with you guys a few problems that you might encounter and my recommendation of settings. Right. So first is that sometimes you can't see the animation like this. I think most of the time you are at the wrong viewport. Okay, so if you already got this default instant replay and you got this say at this material preview mode or sort of a rendering mode, and you hit this play, you won't get the instant replay of the rendering. The only viewport you're going to see is at this wireframe mode as well as this solid mode. Okay, and that is first thing. The second thing is that it's not recommended, at least in my opinion, to set this sort of bake-in animation to this instant replay, because sometimes if you do a pretty complex simulation, you won't be able to do that smoothly, especially if you got a not so high-end spec computer and you want to do the instant simulation. It will cause a huge strain on your computer. Okay, so my recommendation is that you change the settings. So how to change the settings? Pretty simple. You need to, this is one of the most important thing, is to choose the right object. Okay, so you need to choose your domain rather than your flow. Okay, you choose your domain and you go to this physics properties, and you're going to just go down. You can see that we got a pretty interesting name here called cache. Essentially just a name suggests it's just to save all this cache file, and once you sort of close that and then open that again, the cache file will be cleared, because the name cache is sort of self-explanatory. But if you sort of really want to save it for later use, you're going to manually save it, and you're going to generate a simulation from a start of frame 1 to 250, and this all can be changed. But we are not going to worry about that for now. I think here is the most important setting that we need to change. One is type, one is resumable. Okay, is resumable. If you check that, you can resume it once you or you pause it. You can resume, right? Like you're downloading, you can resume. You can sort of get the instant sort of connect to the last time that you save it. And of course, I think it's probably to change the replay to modular, and I think we already got this sort of explanation here, and you can see it bake every stage of the simulation separately. So if you hover over to replay, I think they also got the explanation. So use the timeline to bake the scene, and we don't want that. We would like a sort of generation of simulation separately. So when you go to a certain frame, you can have that simulation rather than just use the timeline to do the work and do this sort of real-time simulation. Okay, so you can go to the modular, and once you go to the modular, you can have setting like this. Okay, so you can have a button of a bake data, and so if you already change the setting, then you play it, you won't be able to see all this simulation. The reason for that is that you need to sort of process the data, to bake the data first, as the sort of jargon goes. Bake data, you need to bake it first in order for you to consume it, to use it. Okay, so you going to click bake the data, and as you guys can see, it's sort of a processing it. It's like a progress bar all the way to this. I think it's 150 or 250 frame that you just set end at 250, and once you're done, you can see this baked data. Okay, so I recommend using this way from now on while you are processing your simulation, because it can sort of pre-process the simulation first. Okay.